Hi, I am Taylor Gervais, riding Springs Toby, or Toby, and I will be discussing how to side pass, or how to train your horse to side pass. First, I will show you what a side pass is, because a lot of people do not know what it is, or what it is used for, and then I will go into how I trained my horse to do it, and what I find works best. So here we go. First I stop him, and then ask him to side pass, which is pretty much just walking sideways. He can do it both ways, which is pretty good for an older horse. I'll turn him around here and go in the other direction. So a lot of times side passing is used in competitive trail, such as in equestrian team or pleasure shows. It is used to side pass over to a gate in order to open it. Side passing over to a mailbox is very common. Side passing over a pole or more than one pole is also very common. It can also be used in everyday trail riding for the same tasks. Okay, so let's begin. The first thing I always do when I'm warming up, especially for side passing, is I make him do a lateral, which is pretty much walking in a diagonal line. When I do it, I typically tip his head in the opposite direction that I'm asking him to go, and then apply the leg, pushing him the way I need him to go. So here I'm taking his head slightly to the left and applying pressure with my left leg so that he has to walk to the right. And with this, you really want them to cross over their front feet, because that's going to make it a lot easier for them to do at a side pass, and it also helps doing pivots. And I always do it both directions because it makes him use his shoulders and stretch them very well. So again, take his head to the right, apply pressure with my right leg, and he goes to the left. And you really, again, want them to cross over very well, because it'll build up muscle and make it easier for them to side pass. And to the right. And again to the left. And if he brings his head around a little more than I want, I just push him forward, so he has to take a little bit longer stride and stretch that leg more. Another thing that helps a lot is doing small circles, so that he has to cross over both his front and back feet in order to make that tight turn. And I also do that in both directions. Again, make him cross over that front foot so that he gets better at it and learns to balance himself while doing it. Also, another thing is you want them to engage their hind end. So doing turns on the forehand is also very helpful, because when you're side passing, you want both their front and their back end to move with each other. You don't want one end leading. So again, with the tight circle, making him cross over his front feet. And this is also very helpful just on a regular warm-up, not just for side passing. When I warm up for shows or just a practice ride at home, I do this so that his shoulders and his hips are nice and loose. And let's try that again. Do another turn on the forehand, and I always make sure I do it in both directions, because I will be side passing in both directions, so I want him to be able to move his hips and his shoulders in both directions. And there we go, nice side pass. He crossed over his front feet very well. And that was a pretty nice turn on the hind. I also practiced those before side passing or warming up because that loosens up his shoulders. Once you've mastered doing the laterals or the walking in a diagonal line at a walk, I usually move on to the trot because it makes him a little more stretched out that way, makes him use his muscles, which is really good for side passing, and just a regular jog, it helps with that also. So there we go. And then I'll ask him to side pass, and he's crossing over pretty well. You might have to keep your horse from moving forward or backward. I did that when I first started, as you saw there. And let's do it again. You can see he's crossing over his front feet very well. And that was good. He raised his head up a little bit to balance himself, but that is okay. Another turn on the hind. And then I will turn around and let you see it from the front again. This way is his difficult way, so he usually puts his foot behind his front foot. That way he puts it in front. And that is a very good side pass right there.